Oh, Katie.
You have to start that whole
Excuse
thing
me.
over again.
Right.
Sorry, Gwen, take two. Take two. Go ahead, Gwen.
Here we are. Okay. So as I was saying, I have the truth. Nobody else in this room really knows what happened that night. So I'm going to tell them. So anyway, I'm Hillary's best friend, Wendy. I've known Brian for a million years, have stolen money from Brian to buy whatchamacallits in Charleston too. I mean, we've been through a lot together. And the Blacks are really my other family. So, you know, Hillary, Brian, and I, in the single years, spent a lot of time together with Lance and Jonathan and everybody. And Hillary and I had a real vested interest in who Brian ended up with. There was no way that just some chick was going to come and be Brian's wife. Not if Hillary and I had anything to do with it. And don't let the smiles fool you. We are two big, tough bullies. So Katie and I have some mutual friends and would show up at parties and, you know, friends things together.
Unbelievable.
And, you know, dread it very much. But it was like we would look at each other across the room and smile and sort of say hello and like gradually made our way over as if to say, like, if I have to be here, at least I'll talk to her.
Right.
So one day, we had a mutual love over the cupcake.
That's right.
And we really started to become friends and got to know each other, and we were like, wow, this is great. How often do you meet someone that you really connect with and have a good time and a new friend? Hillary was insanely jealous of me. So I remember calling Katie, I remember emailing Katie a week later and saying like, hey, let's go for dinner. And Katie said, sure, but can we keep it cheap? And I remember thinking, but she was cool and she was fun. And, she was a struggling actress, so I thought, all right, I'm going to be open-minded about this. So I invited Katie over for dinner to my apartment. And don't let this glamorama fool you, okay? Katie showed up in green sweatpants, rolled up to her knees circa 1980, and a wife beater, and a big bag, and, you know, she just came, and I'm thinking, this is my dinner guest? But anyway.
Just like Brian.
Right. So Katie sits down at the table and devours this food emporium spread as if I took her to, like, Il Molino. I mean, this food is delicious. Do you mind if I eat more? Anyway, so, you know, Katie is like a mesmerizing storyteller, and she's talking and she's telling me these stories about her family and her acting, and, you know, she's making movie quotes and references and literature things, you know, flying over my head. But as it's happening, I'm like, Brian would love Katie. And so everybody has heard this, you know, like, I have somebody for you. If you're single, you've heard that 100 times and you're like, yeah, really? And so needless to say, Katie was not jumping at the opportunity. And who am I? She literally came over for a free meal. She thought maybe we'd have a good time. And now I'm telling her I know her future husband. So then I had to convince her that a white Mercedes and an earring is not a big deal. Brian. So I tell Katie, you know, she's looking at 1,400 pictures of Brian. I try to find him on Facebook. He's too cool for Facebook, so he dropped off. Had to convince Katie to go for it. I have to tell Brian that she's on a short list for Saturday Night Live, and he should really, like, I promise she really is funny. Anyway, so P.S. These two are free to go out, and obviously you all know it from there. But I will tell you, this is my second successful setup that has resulted in a wedding.
Wendy.
And I just,
Awesome.
Really? So I'm just thrilled. Katie, I absolutely adore you. And I'm so happy that, like, you're permanent. And Bri, there are no words. You're my big brother, and I'm so happy for you guys.